Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bitten Apple TV's Apple Bites. Hello, and thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. We have a really great show today, but before I go any further, let me bring in my co-host, the Written Writ Ralph.
Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is Written Writ Ralph talking to you straight from the table read for the Get Down Gang. I'm out here taking care of some entertainment business today.
Yeah, and at undisclosed location. We can't say that we're doing our, but yeah, hey, go put that. You put it on, you can't say anything because you have to put that NDA clause in there.
Exactly.
It's pretty cool though. But anyway, thank you so much, you all. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a lot to get through. And so without further ado, let's talk about what has happened this week. All right. Let me just prep this before I do anything. So, did you see the Suicide Squad trailer?
It was amazing. I already knew I wanted to see it, but now I want to see even more after the trailer.
If you have not seen the trailer, I mean, I can actually show the trailer here. I don't know if they'll put me on shutdown or lockdown, but
I guess we'll find out.
Let's do that. Let's show the trailer. But before I show the trailer, give me your thoughts on this while I pull it up.
All right. It's so funny, you keep thinking knowing what's going on with these things. You keep thinking that oh yeah, I understand. I know what they're gonna do with the Suicide Squad. I was like, oh yeah, I got it. And then you just keep getting surprised first with the amount of people on this cast, and I am speechless. I have to say.
I am too. But not really, because once I show this, I'm going to just kind of tell you my thoughts about this, and we're going to kind of express my excitement over this and why I'm so happy to finally see, because they did not disappoint. All right, let's show this video.
You gotta be kidding me. You're gonna risk the entire mission for a mental defective dressed as a court jester.
It's coming from a guy that wears a toilet seat on his head. We don't leave one of our own behind.
Hopefully Harley's still alive.
No funny business, honey. These are dangerous people.
Team 2 is clear to go.
Fire. 3, 2.
What are you guys doing?
What? We're here to save you.
You were gonna save me?
It was a really good plan, too.
Well, I can go back inside and you can still do it.
That's patronizing.
I'm so sorry. Harley Quinn.
Blood sport.
You know the deal. Successfully complete the mission, you get 10 years off your sentence. Times are hard. You fail to follow my orders in any way, and I detonate the explosive device in the base of your skull.
Can do the job for free.
So this is the famous Suicide Squad.
Nom nom.
Any questions?
And
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
we're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here's the deal. We fail the mission, you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What? No.
If you cough without covering your mouth.
Harley, although that isn't an open invitation for you to cough without covering your mouth.
What's the plan?
How the hell am I supposed to know?
You're the leader. You're supposed to be decisive.
And I've decided that you should eat a big bag of dicks.
If this whole beach was completely covered in dicks, and somebody said I'd eat every dick until the beach was clean for liberty, I would say no problemo.
Why would someone put penises all over the beach?
Who knows why madmen do what they do?
This is suicide.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
Don't you worry, I'm gonna get you out of here alive.
I'm going to get you out of here alive.
my God, we've got a freaking kaiju up in this shit. I don't wanna do your dirty
We love the rain. It's like angels are splooching all over us.
Oh, despite the fact, okay, kids, I just want to say no cursing, kids, because this is a no cursing show, but there was cursing all through that trailer, and I totally forgot about that, but that's okay. I am so excited about it, and do not use those words, kids. Do not use those words, kids. That's a PG-13 rated show. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. You know, I said this before because you know of my secret link here. I am so happy to see Warner Media finally starting to shine. That trailer is enough to make me go see the movie. But now with the Snyder Cut, releasing the Snyder Cut, which was exceptional, and then this, I'm starting to see life in this. I'm starting to see life in DC. I'm starting to see life at Warner Media. I am so excited about this. And I told you this was going to happen. Warner Media had a big shakeup in their leadership. They have somebody new there who is a fan of this kind of content, and we are getting to see this. He's putting people in place that are also fans of this genre, of this lore. I am just amazingly excited.
That is just an amazing video. I enjoyed it the first time. I enjoyed it the second time. I'll probably watch it a couple more times. And I love the fact that they go to save Harley, and Harley's already saved herself. I was like, oh, beautiful. It's such
They
a
don't know.
thing.
That is so hard. They don't know her. They told it was but her response is just priceless. Show we're trying to save me. Oh.
I could go back here.
Yeah, every girl wants to be saved by a bunch of men like that. So then, yeah, definitely, it was perfect. Just exceptional trailer. I cannot wait to see it. August 6th cannot come here sooner enough.
No,
you know, just I'm excited about what's coming up. The Godzilla versus Kong, all of the stuff that's coming out.
That's
right
just
now,
a lot of great stuff waiting in the wings, and
yes,
and it's such a great moment, and I'm hoping, because everything's supposed to be released in theaters and at the same time on streaming, which is a big controversy at the moment. But I want to make sure they keep releasing things in theater. I even want them to release the stuff that released during the pandemic in theaters, so give people a chance to go watch it the way it was supposed to be watched.
Right, exactly. I agree. I mean, who knows where we're going to be at this time? I know that it is, it's kind of they're still going to have the fan base no matter what they do. They're still going to have the fan base. Even if they release it in theaters, even if they don't, we're still going to see. We're going to see fans supporting this, even if we're watching it from our homes. Which most of us did for the Snyder Cut.
Yeah.
But you still have the opportunity to go see this in theaters if that, be it that it's limited capacity and it's not going to be the same feel as you being in with a full audience. At least you're going to enjoy this movie. It looks like it. So I'm too excited.
I'm excited.
So excited.
And it's funny because, if you want a reason to go see this in theater, Endgame would not have been the same watching it at home than it was watching it in theater, especially that scene, the final scenes, or that Captain America moment, because the people around you made that moment even more special. And there's some movies that just have to be watched in theater.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think that if you're a big enough fan of this genre, you may treat yourself to go see it in the movie, and then you'll watch it at home because you'll watch it over and over again. There'll be things that you didn't miss from a bigger point of view that you may see in a more intimate setting.
I agree.
So absolutely good.
There's actually a friend who was talking to me about this, saying that the real people who like the stuff to come in theaters, or the real fans, they're gonna go watch it in the theater, and they're probably gonna come home and pay for it and watch it again, because sometimes after you've seen it in the theater, you want to watch it again, and you want to watch it again, and you want to watch it again.
Yep, exactly. I want to just say a shout out to everybody who does come and support us every Saturday. We've got Shadow Rabbit, we've got Kevin, we got Divion. Everybody that always, gives us a high five, Phil, thank you so much. Thanks for watching the show today. So, did you get to watch the second episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier?
I wish I had, because I've been watching. I've been so faithful with it, and but well, this week has been kind of busy for me, as you can tell.
Yes, of course.
So I didn't get a chance to watch it last night like I usually watch it.
All right, so I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I fell asleep on it, not because it was boring.
All right.
Not because it was boring, but because I was just tired. I had a really busy week. So, like you, I did fall asleep on it. But what I did see, and this is full disclosure here. If you have not seen this, if you have not seen this at all, I suggest that you plug your ears and go la 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 during this segment, because we're definitely going to be disclosing some information right here. Yes, it was, Kevin.
It was redonkulous.
Oh my gosh. It hit so many. Oh man, it hit so many buttons last night. So this is what I'm going to say about it. All right. Like I said, if you have not seen it, please do not listen to this portion of the show. All right.
We hold no one responsible except for Leslie for the part that you were about to hear.
Right.
Well, actually, we have to hold yourself responsible.
Right, exactly. Because I'm not going to write the disclaimer on the bottom. I told you a couple of times. This is you. If you don't want to listen, don't listen. So we kind of got an idea of who the new Captain America is. We kind of got a feel about him. We actually were introduced to his storyline, or to the people that were in his lives, to make him a little bit more, I would say, personable. Because interestingly enough, your attitude towards this new Captain America is exactly what's going on the show. It's not your flavor. And people are like, you ain't nothing like Cap. And people are like telling Falcon, you should have taken the shield.
Exactly.
You should have done it. This is really the way that people wanted to go. They really wanted to go that way. So you're feeling that way about this new Captain America. But last night you got introduced to this guy who is conflicted. This guy who, wonders if he's good enough to fill Captain America's shoes. He is genuinely going through some angst and stuff like that, because he's now have to match up to this person when he wants to be his own individual. Right. We also got introduced to his partner last night, not sidekick. And it's important that we say not sidekick. There's a reason why we're saying not sidekick. Okay, because sidekick is usually attributed to people who don't have really any significance, no powers, no ability, no decision making.
Right.
They're really kind of like the slave boy to
the master.
Let's face it, to the master. And there is some play in that, basically saying that this is my sidekick. There have been a lot of little funny comic strip stuff out there about the fact that the side boy is just the side boy, basically. Like the pool boy kind of thing. If you could get my analogy and where I'm going with this. So the gentleman that we got introduced to last night, he is part of something called the oh shoot, I have this right now. Oh, this totally just went out my mind. But there was a conversation that went on in the back of a Jeep last night.
I can see it here.
And as you can see their faces, and stuff like that, how they're trying. New Captain America is trying to explain, about the fact that he feels very conflicted, that he's not going to be able to live up to Steve and all this other kind of stuff. And they're having this conversation, and they're asking them about Bucky on the side, and Bucky is looking at them, and Bucky never smiles. Bucky's just staring at them. And so they were like, does he always stare like that? And then, Falcon says, you'll get used to it. He just does that. You'll get used to it.
That's what he does.
But in the midst of this conversation, they asked the guy who was the partner there, what he was, what his deal was.
Right.
And for the life of me, I cannot remember this dude's name. Y'all, please forgive me. But he told them he was part of a group, and Bucky got pissed and walked away. He got pissed. Now, the group that he disclosed is very significant. So Bucky decides to take Falcon to go see the first ever Captain America. Now, what people don't know is the first ever Captain America was actually black, y'all. And people don't know about that. It's like everything started from Steve's story and everything, but this is a very sordid past in Marvel's history.
Oh yeah, Captain America has a wavy history with a lot of nooks and crannies.
Right. Let alone the guy is black. And imagine when he became Captain America was the 1940s, and people were not ready for that. People ain't ready for it now.
No.
Which also explains the conversation that Falcon had with my guy,
Winter Soldier?
Not Winter Soldier. Why am I not remembering everybody's freaking names right now? the War Machine.
Okay, War Machine.
Falcon and War Machine had this conversation about why he did not take the shield, and he said that he didn't want to have to live up to white people's expectations. He said that, basically. And he's right, because America as a whole is not ready to have a black Captain America, what represents the idea of Captain America, when in all actuality, this is definitely the face of America.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing is that this is Isaiah Bradley. And if you don't know anything about Isaiah Bradley and the first Super Soldier program, there were, I believe, 300 black men that went through the Super Soldier program that were tested on. And it brings true the story behind, thank you, Kevin Rhodes. Yeah, Bucky Rhodes told him that, but War Machine. It brings back the whole imagery of the Tuskegee experimental education, right. The experiment, not the airmen.
Oh, okay, the experiments. I remember the
experiments that happened in Tuskegee, where they took over 600 black men and injected them with 399 with a syphilis, and 200 ones that were like a placebo to see if they got the disease. And these men died and suffered as a result of this, and they were not informed. They did not have informed consent to do this testing, which is one of the reasons why now they have informed consent whenever you're being, injected with something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. But because they were looked at as lab animals, this is basically what happened. So this is similarity to what happened in the Winter Soldier story, the Super Soldier story with Isaiah Bradley.
Right.
Is similar. So there's this encounter between Falcon and Isaiah Bradley and Bucky. And Bucky was aware of what happened to these soldiers. So when he met Isaiah and he came to talk to Isaiah, Isaiah was pissed and he kicked them out of the house. Now, there's an interesting thing here too, because Isaiah's grandson also becomes somebody in the Marvel universe. But we got an introduction to him. I believe that he's part of the young Avengers or something like that.
Right.
So first of all, the fact that they were able to capture that moment on film speaks volumes, because now you're getting ready to go into a deeper dive into what has happened in American history when it comes to African American people and men. And the fact that they were willing to tackle that, oh my gosh. I felt that in my heart when I saw that. I felt it in my heart.
It's a great story because it brings it more into history, into what we know it's already happened. And of course, you figure they probably tested the Super Soldier Serum on different people or different things before they tested it on the main people who they wanted to test it on.
Right. So apparently Isaiah was the first to be successful. We don't hear about what happened to the other soldiers. I'm sure that they met some kind of, demise as a result of it. And also, were they informed? I don't know this lore. I don't know the core story for this, but I'm assuming based on that conversation last night that it had something to do with that.
Right.
It has something to do with that. So it was just, ooh, it was painful watching that. It was painful. Shout out to Carl Lumley too, who is still going strong
Oh, he
after
looks
many years.
badass, man.
He looks so good. One of my favorite actors. He looks great. He looks great. So, we are going to continue our series that we have on Black superheroes. So if we are going to continue our series on that, I want to talk about Isaiah Bradley. Let's just give a little background on Isaiah Bradley. Isaiah, aka the Black Captain America, was one of the 300 African American soldiers who were used as test subjects at Camp Cathcart as part of the Project Rebirth's attempt to recreate the super soldier serum. Bradley was the only survivor. Here we go. Took on the mantle of Captain America, traveling to Europe to fight in the war. This was seen as treacherous by the military, who sentenced him to life in prison as punishment. That's something else that he did say, that they put me in prison for 17 years and you watched it. He told Bucky, you watched this and you didn't do anything. His legacy remained a secret to the world at large, but became a legend and hero to the Black community, which is always what happens to us.
Exactly.
Is that he's never seen as a hero within the and overall history of America. He's only seen that within the Black community. But I found something that was really heart-wrenching when I pulled up pictures of Isaiah Bradley, and I want to show this to you all. Here's him in action fighting a Nazi super soldier. This picture right here. I want to bring this up. Now, I want you to see in this picture how many famous people are in this picture. If you can look at how they're drawn.
Yeah.
This made me get so teary-eyed to know that if people had known who he was, the kind of life that he had, or not only that, these are people that he met that we didn't know who he was at the time. We were just thinking he was some big dude hanging out with all these celebrities, but these celebrities knew who he was.
Yep.
If you look right here at the bottom, there's Michael Jackson right here. I
see Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, you see Muhammad Ali. You see Richard
Nelson
Pryor.
Mandela.
Yeah. You see Angela Davis. You see him with the writer of Roots, the gentleman who wrote Roots,
Alex
Haley. And I mean, and if you look to the right side of his shoulder, you see Stan Lee.
Oh, that's a cameo, man.
Yeah, this picture, wow. I was like, if I could find this picture and blow this picture up, I want this picture so badly.
Yeah, hang it up on the wall.
This is a dope picture. I mean, totally dope. But yes, that's who he is. So I encourage you to go a little bit deeper and dive a little bit deeper and find out about Isaiah Bradley. He's in Earth 616. Isaiah was created by, let me see who he's created by.
I usually would help you, but right now I'm using my phone.
That's all right. He was created by Robert Morales and Kyle Baker.
Right.
For the Marvel Universe. Very, very interesting character. All right, let's move on. So I did find one female character also I want to go ahead and kind of lift up. We're going to talk about the males, we're going to talk about the females.
Of course, we have to.
This is Silhouette. I knew nothing about Silhouette. I have no idea who this is. It is amazing that I didn't know about this character.
Oh, cool.
And so Silhouette, let me just tell you a little bit about her. Let's go a little bit on her. She's a fictional character or superhero and appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics. And she first appeared in New Warriors, second edition, August 1990, and was created by Fabian Nicieza and Mark Bagley. We do know Fabian Nicieza.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, Fabian, by the way. I didn't know he created her. I would have actually, when we had the opportunity to actually talk
to him, yeah.
I wish I would have known. I would have definitely asked him about this character. Her and her brother Aaron Corp, who is called Midnight Fire, are mutants with magical powers gained from bloodline of their mother, a member of a temple cult in South Asia. She manipulates the dark force, having the power to teleport, hide in shadows, and more. She is also a paraplegic, having been paralyzed from the waist down by a bullet injury sustained tracking drug gangs early in her career. So not only is she black,
but she's also handicapped.
She is also, yes, she's disabled. So this is so freaking cool. I bet there's a lot of people in that community that didn't even know that this woman existed.
Yeah, I remember this when I was reading comics in the 90s, you know, and I was reading New Warriors. Yeah.
And this is one of the reasons why we present this to you all, because yes, we do love our mainstream focus when it comes to comic books, but we also want to highlight our people of color. So thank you for that.
And like we've learned over and over, it's amazing how many heroes of color there are and nobody knows about.
You're right, exactly. So many of them, which is, you know, we're here to change that trend. We want to inform people here on this show. I mean, we like to have a good time. We like to inform people about what's going on in the geek community, but we also want to educate you on things that you may not have any knowledge of, and it's important, and knowledge is power. Okay, so with that being said, let's introduce our first guest. So let me give you a little bit of a background about him. He is represented by literary agent Terry Wolf of AKA Literary, and he's from New Jersey. Yay! I'm so glad to hear all these New Jerseyites. Yeah, all these Jerseyites. He's enjoyed telling fun, adventurous stories ever since he was a child. As a grown-up, he may be a grown-up, but he still has his inner child, don't we all? Because we wouldn't be here if we didn't.
Especially my man Mike, of course.
Right. He actually has 2 children. He continues to inspire. They continue to inspire him and spin out funny, fantastical, and entertaining tales for the youth. His publishing credits include My Little Sister's a Zombie and My Little Sister's a Zombie Cheerleader, and that is on Living Dead Press. I think in 2015 it was put out on Living Dead Press. When not hatching up wild, kid-centric stories, Mike is happily consumed by his family, consisting of his wife, Mary Kay, and his 2 aforementioned sons, Joe and Henry. He loves movies. He's kind of like a film encyclopedia. Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
He is. He watches a lot of movies.
Right. He likes to cook. That's also a plus. Yay. Anything from seared tuna to grilled cheese. And he loves basketball, especially college basketball and the North Carolina Tar Heels. He likes being silly and fun, and his wife often says that she has 3 boys, not 2. Without further ado, let's bring him in, Mr. Mike Catalano. Hi.
Mike, how you doing, man?
Raph, I've missed you.
I've gotten so used to seeing you in all the conventions. Oh my God.
I know.
I
just want to start off by saying there's no way I could live up to that intro. So you should just stop the interview right now.
No. You can definitely live up to it. And in the few, this is my first time meeting Mike. So before we did the show, I actually got to meet him behind the scenes, and I already love him. You are so
he's
part
amazing.
Of this crew.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I wish my wife was here.
Tell her I said that.
I will.
Where are you in Jersey?
Northern. Do you know Wayne?
Oh yes, I do know where that is.
Big
yeah,
town.
I know where that is. I'm new to New Jersey. I'm a transplant. Yeah, I think I'm a double transplant to anything in the East Coast. I'm originally from Missouri, and yes, Missouri Tigers, and you know about that.
College basketball.
Oh, well, yeah, definitely. And I did go to Mizzou for a little while. We could talk about that later. Yeah.
Okay,
But I moved to Long Island, first Queens, then moved Long Island, came to Jersey for a little bit, moved to Long Island, and then my husband and I are in Newark now. So
okay, yeah. I went to school in Newark.
Yeah, Newark. Oh, you did?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
NJIT.
Well, hey, that's awesome.
Yes,
Newark,
ma'am.
Newark is it's an adjustment for me, Mike. I'm gonna be honest. Newark has been an
It was
adjustment.
an adjustment for me too.
Okay, so then I ain't the only one. You know. All right.
I don't know what you people talking about. I'm a Brooklyn boy. I've been here all my life.
Wow. That's hardcore.
Yeah, that is. Brooklyn in the house. So thank you so much for being with us, Mike.
Pleasure.
Let's talk about, first of all, I just really want to talk about a couple of things so that people will get to know you, and then let's talk about your body of work. But you like to cook. So if out of all of the things that you like to cook, what is the one thing that you say is your greatest specialty and your favorite dish?
Good question.
Oh, you guys, on the spot. Pick one. Favorite thing to make. Can I say favorite main dish and maybe side?
Okay, that sounds good. I'll take that.
Okay. For the side, I'd make a gluten-free mac and cheese because my wife's gluten-free and she really likes it, and I do too. Can't go wrong with mac and cheese, I suppose. Creamy, cheesy, yummy. Main dish, gosh. There's just so many.
Wait, hold up, Mike, hold up. Gluten-free mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, very easy
Gluten-free
too.
mac and cheese. Okay.
Okay,
Four
so
ingredients.
What? All right.
It's easy.
I want you to send me that recipe.
Easy peasy. It'll take me a second.
All right. That it says everything. First of all, that's one of my favorite things to eat is mac and cheese. And my husband makes a killer mac and cheese. My husband is from Barbados, and I guess this is a Bayesian mac and cheese. His mac and cheese is so good. That's like his duty whenever we have like for Easter. That's going to be his duty. He's going to make the mac and cheese.
You must send me his recipe.
I'll tell him to do that. I'll definitely tell him to do that. All right. And so you're a big basketball fan, in particular college basketball fan.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the greatest game that you ever saw in a college basketball game?
What an awesome question. It obviously will be a Tar Heel game.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to say the Tar Heels' arch rival is Duke, who I hate. Sorry, don't mean to be mean or negative, but I hate them. And there was a game. It was when Vince Carter played for the Tar Heels at Duke, and it's tough to win at Duke because their fans are really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But the game ended up going into double overtime, and Vince Carter had this amazing reverse dunk, and he got fouled. And the memory of that I was a kid when that happened. That memory just lasted a lifetime. The Tar Heels won the game. So, again, it's tough for me to pick one of anything, but for now, for time constraints, I'll just say that one.
Okay. Now, here's the last question.
Go on.
And this is also going to be a difficult question. What is your favorite all-time film? Top three. I'll give you top three.
Oh, thank God.
Top three films.
That's easy.
And why?
No problem. Top three.
You got my bag?
In no particular order. I'll first say the movie Hoosiers. It's a basketball movie about an underdog team. Gene Hackman's in it. Dennis Hopper, Barbara Hershey. I love basketball, and that is just, I think it's the greatest sports movie ever made. I love it. I love the music. I love characters. That's my favorite sports movie. Next is the movie Halloween, which I'm sure a lot of people know about. Michael Myers, the original.
Yes,
I love it for its music. I love it for its minimalist approach to scares and the way it's crafted. John Carpenter, he wrote it and directed it. It's so perfect. Every shot is perfect. Every scare is perfect. I love the characters. I love the way Michael Myers, the Shape, is portrayed.
Mm-hmm.
It gets me every time. So that would be my favorite. I guess if you say scary-ish, whatever. Last but not least, my favorite superhero movie is a movie called Unbreakable.
Of course, man. Unbreakable is the best.
You guys are in the know, so obviously you'll know what that is. I can watch that movie again over and over and over. Love its subtlety. I love the performance. Sam Jackson.
Did you like the whole trilogy, or did you just like a break?
Of course.
Oh my god! Because I feel like the whole
it.
trilogy is just amazing.
Might I just say, one of my all-time favorite movie watching moments was the post-credit scene in the movie Split, where it's freaking revealed that it was a secret sequel to my all-time favorite movie.
Yeah.
I lost it. I lost it.
Don't you love
3 hours after that movie, I was still mesmerized by what occurred. I couldn't help it. It was amazing.
So, okay, so those, I think that those are very notable because that's a very hard question to ask, especially because when you're talking about any type of favorite movie, you definitely have to go through periods because there's some things that affected you when you were a child, some things that affected you when you were a teenager, some things that affected you as an adult. So that's a very, for you to narrow it down like that for those three and to say that that's exceptional. So I love that. So let's get into your body of work. So you did one of the things that you said that you did is you wrote My Sister is a Zombie. My Sister's a Zombie. So tell us a little about My Little Sister's a Zombie. So tell us a little bit about that.
Sure, no problem. It is actually based on a true story, not true about a zombie. I took some liberty with that. One of my friend's daughters has Down syndrome, and he was talking about it one day, and he said that sometimes when he'd be out with her, people might look at her a certain way. Maybe people that are a little less thinkers or something, they would look at her and like she was a zombie or something, which is I thought was ridiculous. And I thought, well, that could be a cool inspiration. What if she really was a zombie? And the story itself, the little sister who's a zombie, she's not the bad guy. She was just somehow born a zombie in this strange town. And the townsfolk obviously look at her a bit differently. But the point of the story is, as she performs acts like she is the hero of the story, and as the town grows to realize it, they realize it's not what's outside. You should never judge anyone by what's outside. It's what's in here that counts. And my little sister has a lot of heart inside her zombie body, and it shows.
I want to tell you that when I was doing the research and I found the cover for this, I immediately loved this cover. As somebody who spent 3 years working for people with disabilities and knowing exactly what I was watching when I was here, yes, that was my 3 years of my life, and it was forever. It has forever changed me to have been honored to work for a company that helped people who had disabilities. It was the largest nonprofit in New York City that assisted people with disabilities.
I love that.
Seeing this cover, I absolutely fell in love with it. The joy on this little girl's face said everything to me. And that's
something you're probably like even more.
Go ahead.
The father of the daughter created that cover.
Oh my God.
He's an artist.
Wow.
I was about to say that just looks amazing. Wow.
Wow. I love that character. And you know what's interesting too is I think from everybody else's perspective, it probably would be that this would be a difficult scenario to have a child that was born with this special ability. But also the fact is that the father drew her with joy.
Of course.
The father drew her with joy because that's not his perception of it.
She is pure joy too. So yeah, I'm so glad you see that.
Yes, that was the first thing that I saw. I was like, oh my God, I love this cover so much. It just is so adorable. It really is. I love the fact that you took that concept too and created this book. How successful was this book within that community as far as, kids getting it and reading it?
In terms of bestseller lists or anything, not even close. But I will say that every child that read the book, or I would go to a few. My wife's a teacher. I'd read it, some passages at her school. They loved it. It's a very fun story. It's very cute. It's got some action too. Minimal scares, like a Goosebumps level of scares.
Yeah.
And enough people enjoyed it for me to be satisfied.
Now, are you a fan of Goosebumps?
I was growing up, yes.
Yeah, me too. Me
I
too.
always gravitated towards the scarier things for some reason. I don't know why. I do know why. What am I saying? Can I tell you why?
Yeah, tell me, because I'm curious because I've always loved the scary genre too. So I'm curious to see what your perspective is.
All right, cool. I like to write about. I like stories about everyday life because writers have to write what they know. So I'm not a zombie, but I do live an everyday life. And then what makes telling the story fun is when I can add in this dash of the unbelievable, of the suspenseful, to jazz up or make it more exciting, whatever the everyday occurrence is, like a daughter who is looked at differently by people for the wrong reasons.
I have to agree with you completely there. You know, one of the things I tell people, you know, when I'm doing the writing show is the fact that, you know, you got to write what you know, and then you take with it and then you throw it into something else, you know. And I feel like you're actually doing that, you know, and because people always like, oh, I don't know what to write about, I don't know what to do, I don't know what's going on, and I'm like, you know what to write about. You can write, you just don't want to write what you know about.
Exactly.
Yeah. I really loved it, and I, as a fan of Goosebumps too, I used to work for an organization. I did some work called for Read New York, where you would go to on your lunch break and sit and read to kids that were grade school level. If they partnered with a corporation and did it, and so my last little boy that I partnered with, and I don't do it anymore. I miss it a lot because I don't work in the city anymore now. I'm trying to actually revisit that once COVID is over for the new company that I'm working for. But he loved Goosebumps. He loved it. And even though I used to watch it on Saturday, you know, in between, because I was an adult when it came out, I got to really revisit the genre and actually start reading it and how good it was. It was a little scary sometimes. It was a little scary.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. Oh yeah.
But loved it. So now you're working on something new, and let's talk about that. What you're working on new?
Happy to.
And that is the rise of Junior Might. The rise of Junior Might.
Yes.
So
there you go. Yes, ma'am.
That looks so cool. Go ahead, tell us about it.
I think that superhero look. Wait a minute, that superhero kind of looks like you.
Really? I think it looks more like my wife. That is my youngest son, Henry, right there.
So cute.
And again, similar to My Little Sister's a Zombie, this fantastical story is based loosely on real life as well. Only instead of someone else's kids, this time I'm writing about my kids.
Oh.
And it all started from something that was actually very scary, and definitely the worst moment of our lives for my wife and I. His name's Henry. When Henry was 4, he was diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor. Yeah, that's awful, and I don't want to talk about that very much. It was the worst summer of our lives, but it also taught us amazing things, and it also showed us how strong our little guy is. The brilliant doctors at Sloan Kettering got that son of a B-word tumor out, and he got 6 straight weeks of proton beam therapy, and he's turning 10 next month, and he's perfectly clear. So yes, we're thankful for a lot of things. We don't sweat the small stuff anymore, no matter what. But hey, back to the story. This is my son was like in a bed for a few months, and when he finally got back home, he almost had to relearn to walk. So we had a physical therapist come to the house, and she was working with him in his legs, and he just started moving them. And I remember he had on a Batman shirt as he was doing it, and it kind of just hit me that what would it be like to come back for something like that for a child? What if when the tumor was removed from his brain, because I know that the chemistry within it shifted a little. What if it shifted to a certain way that it gave him, say, telekinesis powers? So the story of Junior Might is about a boy who had a monster removed from his brain. That's what they say. And then begins displaying these amazing powers. But the catch is he only confides in his big brother, Joe, which is Henry's big brother in real life. And like me, Joe is a huge superhero fan, loves Batman, loves Superman. And eventually, once he sees the amazing things that Henry is capable of, he says, you know what? I think we could make a difference in this world. I think you could be a real life superhero. So we've got Junior Mike, who is the superhero, and Big Brother Joe, who is like part Alfred in terms of Batman, but also part sidekick. And it's about their first adventure together. The book is essentially a kid version of Batman Begins.
I love it. I love this idea. It's amazing.
Thank you. I hope.
And I know your kid has to love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I really would like to. What was his reaction when he saw that a superhero was created?
He loved it. They both loved it. They both absolutely love it.
Oh my God. You're the best dad. You're the best dad ever. You really are. Honestly, because not only that, because of what you all went through, but also because what you took, what could have been a sad story, you took it and you made it something exceptional. And a lot of people don't have the strength to do that. Not only is he strong, but you all are strong. And he learned that from you all. He learned that survival technique from you all. So my hand, anybody that has to go through that with anybody, any family member, I understand, because I went through that in the last 3 years, 4 years. So I feel like when you come out of that, you're right. You do not sweat the small stuff. You might have small challenges throughout the day, but when people get so uptight about stuff that's going on that is not that significant, I always have this comment about it. Listen, they say, no animals were harmed in this film or whatever. I go, was anybody harmed in this situation?
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody, succumb in this situation? If they did not, then it is a good day because you can get up and survive it. Yeah?
Yes.
So
I'm so happy that you're doing well.
Yeah. Thank you. And that's exceptional. So now this is the first edition of the story. And are you going to have several?
I've already written the sequel.
Oh my goodness. So
it's called The Return of Junior Mike. Yes. Well, my agent and I are just hoping to find a publisher that there might be a few in line. Some people think it's a story about a sick kid, which it's not. Actually, it's the complete opposite.
Mm-hmm.
But we are trying our best, always possible, to find somebody interested. I know kids love reading it because I've read it to my wife's class and I've read it to a few other kids, and it's only been positive feedback. I like where we're going with it. I can't help but Batman is my favorite superhero. I can't help equating it to that in the way that it was started, and now the way it's growing. We're developing bad guys from what's happening in the story.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It's got, and again, it's not like it's not a baby picture book. It's like a young adult. It could be a young adult graphic novel because it's written in that sense, but it's also grounded in the real world. Nothing too fake. There's no king sharks running around, even though I love king shark. Other than the fact that something got unlocked in Henry's brain to make it happen, it's still, again, like Batman. It's grounded sort of in the real world, which I don't know. It's not a challenge. It's just, I guess it's just different. It's the way I see it because it's based on our life.
Right. So
wait a minute. Are you telling me that Bane Dad likes Batman? Is that what you're telling me? That Bane Dad likes Batman?
Oh my God, don't make him come out. He'll get angry.
No. I can't let this go, man. You just said Bane Dad likes Batman.
Maybe I feel bad for breaking his back.
So this is something we did not mention, you all, that Mike has an arch. I would say an alter ego.
Had
an alter ego, and that alter ego was Bane Dad. And so, but the fun. This is why this is so hilarious. But if he didn't appreciate Batman, there would be no Bane Dad. Let's just say that.
That's true.
There would be no Bane Dad without the appreciation of Batman.
A yin and yang. As the Joker once said, you complete me.
Oh man, Mike.
I know.
So Mike,
yes.
I want to just I want to challenge the people who are out there looking at this, and anybody that's going to watch it in perpetuity. He is looking for somebody to publish this and to get it out there. This is, like he said, he explained to you, this is definitely this is not a baby story. This is for young adults. And so if you are, please look him up. Go to all his social media and try to, make sure that he gets some kind of support out there, because we want to see these stories come to life. I mean, we're very happy for what is out there, but we want to see more stories come to life, especially stories like this about people who are overcomers. So I have your social media
Exactly.
I have your social media up, but I just kind of want to go over that with you. Let me just make sure that I have that up so everybody will know where to reach you. Sure. So Mike can be reached on Facebook at Mike Catalano, Instagram at MikeCat4, and Twitter at MCatMike. Right?
Yes. My agent is also on my Twitter. Her name's Terry Wolf. You said it, aka Literary. She's amazing. Do you guys remember the movie Jerry Maguire? Of course you do.
Yes.
Of course we do. Because you got to show us the money. Come on.
Exactly. But that's not what. Of course, I want to support my family, so I'd love to make money for that in that respect. But sometimes when people think of agents, they think of the sliminess and like, oh yeah, whatever. It's all about the money. She is like a female version of the Jerry Maguire for the last half of the movie, where he's sick of people being slimy toward things, and he just wants it to be a good, strong, like have heart in what you do. And she's an amazing woman. I'm so happy that I found her. Actually, Junior Mike is the reason I'm represented by her. I wouldn't have had an agent without that story, and she too really took to the humanity of the story, and right. She just gets it, and she's a wonderful person, and I love her.
Yeah, and you know what? You got to have those relationships with your agents and managers. If you don't, it's not really a working relationship, because you know that they have your best interest at heart. Understand, yes, there is. You want to make money. You want to be successful for everybody, and that I totally agree with that. I have a wonderful manager and agent house. So I agree with you. This is a partnership. This is not, a money drive. This is a partnership. And so I'm so glad you found somebody. Yeah.
You perfectly summed up that weird Jerry Maguire rant I just rambled through. So thank you.
No, but I get it.
That's what I meant to say.
It's not. It was not a Jerry. I totally get it. I totally get it. So no, it wasn't weird.
Oh no! It makes complete sense.
Mike,
here at the Bitten Apple, we love the whole family idea. So
Yeah.
Yes.
And there is no weirdness at the Bitten Apple. Okay, by the way.
No wonder I feel so welcome.
Yeah, that's right. Be your authentic self.
Well, we all know that Mike is part of the Bitten Apple because he's helped us out a couple of times, and and we met him at a convention. I think it was Big Apple, yeah, and that's where I met Bane Dad.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so we're at the top of the hour. We're going to have to bring in our next guest, but Mike, these are all his social media handles. You all, please go support, like, subscribe, follow Mike, see what's going on with his books. Definitely purchase his books. This is craft, and share this content with other people. Go out there and talk about it. I mean, you met him right here. You know what kind of person he is. You know the content of what he's creating. So go out there and definitely support him. Mike, it was such a pleasure meeting you. I know that we will have some other, and definitely we're going to be exchanging recipes, by the way. But
yes, in more ways than one.
Yes, so you're my friend on Facebook now, so definitely we'll be talking.
And Mike, we'll bring you on to the written. We'll talk more about this. We'll spread the word and see if we can find somebody to help you out.
Thank you. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with both of you. You guys are my people. Trust me. Thank you so much.
You're ours too. Thank you, Mike. Have a great Saturday, and tell the family hello and kisses.
Thanks, guys. Love you.
Love you too. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. So let's go on. We are at the top of the hour. Let's bring in our other guests. Now, these people don't really need an introduction.
Not at all. See, if I was going to say an introduction, it'd be like, it came from the radio. That's
Absolutely.
all you need to know.
And if you know us from the Bitten Apple TV, you know that we've done a lot of things in conjunction with the Bitten Apple TV, with the King from the Radio. We work alongside each other, work for each other at sometimes. So without further ado, we're going to bring in our friends from It Came From the Radio, Mark Torres, Charlie Saladino, and Jenalise Feldy. Hello. Hi.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi, you all. We missed you so much. We missed you. We missed you.
It's so weird without being at the conventions with you guys, or checking out or hanging out with Charlie, taking pictures, or just hanging out on the radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss your faces. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. That's all you miss, Charlie?
I'm telling you, we have such a blast when we meet at the conventions.
Yeah.
And oh my God, if you're not there, you don't know what I mean. So
yeah, it's true. We're definitely like family, and we always have a good time wherever we are. We think alike. Yeah. We have a good time. It's been strange not traveling with you all to see something. I think, Charlie, the last time I saw you, you and I were at SopranoCon together.
Right.
That's the last thing that we did.
We were at the Meadowlands, the racetrack up there.
Right.
Yeah, that was a blast.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'm telling you, it was great to have. I think it was a historical event because we had the 3 shows there at the time. Kate Fox, we had It Came From the Radio, and the Bitten Apple, and we were all representing.
Yeah.
It was a blast.
We really did. And I think, Mark, the last time I saw you we were in Atlantic City together.
That was 100 years ago, yes.
100. Wow, you aged well.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely look good. Oh my goodness. So what has been going on with you all?
Well, I think the most important thing is that we got a new person. The young Jenalise Feldy. She's multi-talented, fitness guru. Actually, why don't you just introduce yourself?
Go ahead.
Well, my relations to this show I would be the lesser known, probably less welcomed and less applauded Don Rickles of the show, as I tend to heckle everyone. That's kind of my role, and to talk about health and society. So yeah, we have a lot of fun. I enjoy it. Mark is a great sport. Dominic's a great sport, and Charlie and I, we did health counseling together. I wrote a health guidebook. I did health for 8 years, very simply put, and Charlie lost about 40 pounds under my plan. So just getting people healthy and heckling. That's what I do.
I think you are a great addition to the show. I have seen you all together, and you have some good chemistry going there. So I have to say that whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So now, do you do like a spot on the show every night when you all do the show that you talk about health, or you just have a segment?
No, I leave that part out, but my commentary is often health driven.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Charlie, congratulations on losing the 40 pounds, by the way.
Well, it came at such a perfect time. And again, thanks to Jen, because this came, I started getting healthy before the pandemic. And it was such a perfect time, because if I was the weight I was while we were having this pandemic, I would have been a mess. I would have been, but I was getting healthy, and I really didn't feel this stress from the pandemic, because personally I was feeling very healthy, and I was feeling very great about myself. Again, all thanks to Jen, and we just clicked at the right time, and I just, I was in a movie with Jen, and that's how we met.
All right.
Right?
Oh, I always forget.
Yeah, we were in a movie together, and actually we met at the after party, and I took a couple of pictures of her, and I just liked her attitude about everything. She wasn't taken in with the whole, thing like everybody else, and I just invited her to be on the show.
And Charlie's playful, and I don't take anything too seriously, as again, I had health issues too, so you have to weigh what's important, and I just try to make everything
exactly,
fun.
exactly.
So yeah, we have a lot of fun.
And that's what I picked up on. I picked up she was fun, and that's what I love.
Charlie's very easy to love. He really is. I don't
How
know
could you
anybody
not?
that doesn't. Yeah, how can you not love Charlie?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Now, so what's been going on with you all? I mean, Mark, you're like really quiet right now, so I want to have you talk. And I don't know why you're not showing your face, but that's okay.
Yeah. This is how it works. So the microphone is attached to the web camera, and I'm holding the web camera up to my mouth so you guys can hear me clearly. So either you can see me and not hear me, or hear me and not see me.
Oh.
Those are the options. So I figured hearing me is better.
Yeah, because you're used to that being on the radio.
Yes,
so
and I have a face for radio too, so that doesn't hurt.
Yeah, definitely. Oh my goodness.
I have to agree with you, Mark. Sometimes I just want to be heard instead of seen, and I like my voice much better than I do my face. So I get you.
Oh, we love your face, Ralph. Stop it.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Charlie.
We missed your face, though. We definitely missed your face. So let's go. Let's talk a little bit about. I actually have some pictures to show of Charlie. Charlie sent me some pictures. So while we're showing these pictures, we just want to talk in the background. One of the pictures that you sent, though, Charlie. Oh my God, I laughed so hard at this picture, but I know we cannot show this picture.
What?
This picture, you know which picture you talking that you sent me.
Okay.
Where you were dressed up like the genie in the lamp.
Oh yeah, because what it said on the lamp. Yeah, right.
No, it's not what it said on the lamp. It's the costume itself. I saw that picture and I hollered. I was like, Charlie, no, I cannot show this picture, but this is hilarious. That costume, I hope you won a contest with.
I won first prize for that at Otto's in yeah, hell yeah.
You should have. I might just give everybody a sneak peek of it, but we can't keep it up too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it. Nothing bad with it.
You built it up so much. Now I have to see it.
I know. Die to see this now.
Yeah, that's a suggestive sell. That's what that is.
Sell the sizzle, not the steak.
Yeah, definitely, right? Yeah. All right, let me just look at these pictures of Charlie. We're going to look at these pictures of Charlie. These are pictures of Charlie. Are you all, can you see this? So this is Charlie. Charlie, where were you in this picture?
God, I think we were at Brimstone's.
Okay, no, this, based on the background, this has to be the original Brimstone's secret studio that he had.
Oh, the secret studio.
Yes.
Yes.
Why I gotta be secret, Brimstone?
That you have to ask him.
Actually, they picked us up. They picked us up in
Brimstone is secret.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They picked us up.
We gotta interview him, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, he's a great guy. Great interview. Do it. Yeah.
Oh, we had a real good rapport with one another when I interviewed him at when we were at
Cradle of Aviation.
Cradle of Aviation.
Yep, CradleCon.
CradleCon, definitely.
He's a great guy. Great guy.
All right, so and this one is your headshot.
Yeah, this is my senior citizen shot. And, actually, this is at my granddaughter's christening.
Oh,
yeah, you look younger now.
Ah, thanks.
Yeah, that's what happens when you lose weight.
Yeah, well, no, this was just before. This was just before the weight loss stuff. So it was. That's why I cropped it. Now I don't crop my pictures, but I used to crop to keep my pregnancy out of it. You know.
Oh,
and
Charlie!
This is my young journalist, period when I. This is when I first discovered cameras. Actually, I was like 4. It was 1959, Brooklyn.
Oh my gosh! You know what you look like in this? Do you remember? Let me tell you, you look like. Do you remember on the Little Rascals, Mickey Gubitosi?
Yes.
That's what you look like, Mickey Gubitosi.
Yeah.
Who incidentally was played by Mickey Gubitosi was played by what's his name? Robert, who played Beretta.
Robert Blake.
Yeah, Robert Blake played Mickey Gubitosi.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's back in the 50s. And,
That's so adorable.
and actually, do you see, that's our roof, which was leveled with our kitchen window. And we used to go out there and play. If you notice how open that railing is back there.
Yes.
Yeah, because back in the day, all your mother had to say was, don't go near that railing. You'll fall. You're going to die. You'll never see mommy and daddy again. And nobody went near that railing.
Yo, let me tell you something. I saw something the other day, and this is so true. This is so true. I saw something the other day that somebody put back in my day when I was a little kid, back in like the 50s, 60s, and 70s, even 80s. I died once. I died 2 times and came back to life. That's basically what they were saying. In other words, we were so fearless as kids back in those days.
Yeah.
That nobody had to tell us not to go over there and fall.
Exactly. Or if they did, it was just once.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Yeah. And we survived it.
Definitely.
I mean, the stories some of the stories I can tell you about with the things that we did when we were kids and we survived it. But our whole attitude towards what our parents told us to do, we never did it. maybe it took us maybe one time before we got a spanking.
Yeah.
But that was enough. All my mother had to do was give me a look.
It's the look. Everybody had the look. Every mother had the look. There you go.
Every mama had to look. That look don't work no more. I don't know what's up with that.
No, that's because all kids.
Hey, keep to yourself, because I give my daughter the look, and she knows exactly what the look is, and she don't do nothing.
Yeah.
But you're the exception. You're the exception. Trust
You're
me.
the exception.
You're definitely the exception.
Kids have their own lawyers today. So
yeah, that's true. And kids will call the cops on you today too.
Yeah.
So just to say, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
You're absolutely right.
What's up with this?
I play drums. I was at a gig. I was sitting I went to the beach to relax, and my friends were playing, and I sat in for a couple of numbers. I was actually singing there. But yeah, I do it all. So
I'm saying, you are like a Renaissance man.
Nobody ever did this. Yeah, man. Cool. Man for all seasons.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's very
Jack
cool.
of all trades.
Yeah, right. Master of none.
Charlie, you single? You still single?
Still single, yes.
Okay, ladies, I'm just saying.
Here we go.
Look at this little package you're getting here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
All right.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
That's about the ladies. That's for the ladies right there, right?
That's definitely for the ladies.
That's sort of.
That's what you call some good feathers right there.
That's what I call my soprano shot.
That definitely is a soprano shot. That's great.
Is that your dating profile pic?
No. That duck's actually my hitman.
Charlie and Vinny.
Yeah. That's Bruno the Fist. There you go, Leslie. There she is. Rosie. That's actually my 65th birthday in quarantine.
Wait a minute. Did we miss your birthday?
How many birthdays did you have out of quarantine?
Wait a minute.
Just one. That was April last year.
That's right, because you have a birthday coming up.
I have it coming. Easter is my birthday. The 4th.
Easter is your birthday. Wow. And
Easter. Yes.
And ladies, he's an Aries.
Yes. Aries.
He's Aries.
Thanks, Shadow Rabbit. Love you. I love him.
Me too. We do too.
So anyway, yeah, Easter's my birthday, and when I get a cake, when I finally get my cake on Easter, I'm bringing that 65 with me, because this year didn't count because I was alone.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's right. Well, you can be 65 as long as you want to, Charlie.
Yeah, thank you.
Wow, look at this.
It's my ABC News days. Hey, Mark, that proves I worked at ABC, okay?
I don't know. It looks like a green screen to me.
Oh, wow, Mark.
Mark's a tough act. You gotta prove things to him.
Yo, look! Wait! I want y'all to see who was running against each other in the back.
Did you see that?
Dukakis and Bush.
Yeah.
Look, Oh, that's bad. Dukakis got eight
Now
states.
that was just a test run on the monitors.
Oh,
On the
okay.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh, that's crazy.
Which is this is how I get to the studio.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
Yeah.
Oh wow, who did this for you?
Yeah. I did my own makeup for that one.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah. I'm a big Halloween person. I used to, before the pandemic, they used to have this big Halloween party at Otto's in Freeport on the Nautical Mile. So I took a lot of time with my costumes.
I missed the Nautical Mile, by the way.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah, I missed it there.
Yeah.
So
There
this
you
is
go.
the picture that I was telling y'all about.
Oh, okay.
Oh my
That's funny.
God.
That's for the ladies right there. That's the pick right there. All you ladies out there.
That's the money shot there.
It's a lamp, guys. It's a lamp.
Sure.
That's some subliminal messaging right there. You got the naked picture. You got the genie picture.
Damn.
I didn't know that.
It's all like Mr.
This was a
Gigolo.
secret plan to get Charlie a new wife.
Yeah.
That's overt. Nothing subliminal about that.
Yeah.
Nothing whatsoever.
It's a lamp.
I saw that picture and I hollered. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is great! This is great!"
It's a lamp, everybody. A lamp. I swear.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That was a form-fitting costume, right, Charlie?
Yeah. Yes, it was. Yeah.
It's hilarious.
But the thing that cracked me up about that costume, and it was the definite deal closer, was it said "rub me" on it. So that was my favorite part of the costume,
and I can see why you won.
Needless to say, I got asked to dance a lot that night. So.
Oh wow, yeah, I'm sure you did. I don't know how they could dance with that in between you, but
They do the lambada.
Hey, it was a skill like anything else. You know? So, anyway,
that's hilarious. So Mark, what's it going on with Sunburst? So let me just actually, I do have a resume for Mark, and I did have a resume for Charlie. So I do want to do Charlie's resume. I don't have anyone for Jen. So next time when Jen, you come on, I'm going to do your whole resume. But
Great.
Charlie's resume, he's from Brooklyn and Queens. He worked at ABC TV from 1979 to 1997 as a graphic supervisor. He loves sci-fi and B-movies. About 10 years ago, he was introduced to Mark Torres by a mutual friend, and Mark invited him to join the show at the time. The rest is history. So this is how they came about doing it. Came from the radio. And then let's talk a little bit about Mark. Talk a little bit about Mark. So Mark was born and raised in Rosedale, Long Island, if anybody doesn't know where that is. He's been involved in comics and movies all his life, first as a fan, and later his passion led him to work both in video stores and movie theaters, and eventually found himself hosting a weekly syndicated radio show called It Came From the Radio. And here we are. He also co-authored a comic book about his character Sunburst with RZG Comics publisher Mariano Nicieza, Sunburst and Phaser, War of the Independence crossover. And we were talking about Fabian earlier today when he met, when Fabian created Silhouette.
Yes, Fabian and Mariano are brothers. Yeah,
they're brothers, by the way. Just for y'all, just some context there. So I'm so excited. What has been going on with Sunburst? Because I miss seeing her.
That book, we've been waiting. I'm waiting on Mariano. Mariano has taken over the publishing. He has, matter of fact, there is going on right now, because it's 2 p.m., there is the WonderCon panel. And we have a little video on the at-home panel. And it's basically Mariano has Apex Comics Group. And we're just waiting. I'm just waiting on him to get the publishing out.
You know, I'm curious to think what Mariano thought about, Mariano and I think it was Mariano that had the book.
Mariano and Stanley with God Woke, yes.
Yeah, God Woke.
Yeah, that's what the interview when he was in Jersey. We did the interview with him for the whole thing. Yeah.
Right, and I was very curious about what he thought about Stan Lee passing away when it happened, because we were talking about that book and how that book was created, and just that, you know, it was such an exceptional book, and was really curious to see how he took that.
I would think he took it just as badly as everybody else, except his Stan's enemies.
What?
I would think
Hello?
he took it as bad as everybody else, except for Stan's enemies. Everybody was like, "Holy crap, he died!" Except for Stan's enemies are like, "Yeah."
Oh, I get it. Well, no,
I got it right away, man.
But he actually worked with him, and that's the thing. It's different than if you love Stan Lee's content, but then when you actually work with him and you have a book that you're working on with him, that's bites. You know, so you know, I always wanted to know. I guess when we do meet up with him again and talk to him about it, I just kind of want to get his perspective on it. But yeah. But so we're waiting to hear a little bit more about Sunburst.
Yeah, we're just waiting. We're just waiting for the funding for the publishing end. So hopefully this, because we've had 1, 2, 3 panels so far. So we've had 2 San Diego Comic-Con panels. One I was actually there in. One virtual, which was last year, and then there's this one, which is also virtual for the WonderCon. And we're just waiting for everything to get put together. So it's that, and then the other book, which is the main focus, is the Designated. That's supposedly coming out one of these days. It's actually still being inked after all these years by none other than Peter Palmiotti, which would be Jimmy Palmiotti's brother, and an inker in his own right.
Wow, I can't wait. Finally, we'll get to see this. Maybe by the time we go into the next con, we'll have something, you know, some.
Fingers are crossed. Fingers are crossed.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, tell us a little bit about Sunburst for anybody who does not know who she is.
Woof. Okay, let's go with the actual origin, or like how she came to be.
Let's go with
two different stories.
Yeah, that is two different stories. Okay, give me the Reader's Digest version on both.
Hi, jeez. All right. 100 years ago, when I was a kid, I had my own little line of comic books for my own personal use. So I drew it and everything. They had all different superheroes. All superheroes were basically ripoffs or copies of existing characters. So as I got older and I realized that I cannot have those characters actually be published, I had to get rid of that universe and then make offshoots of those characters. And some of the characters I loved so much, I kept them going. So Sunburst would be the daughter of one of these characters. That's how she came to be in my world. The actual story is that she is born from an alternate universe, which no longer exists, as she is the second generation of kids. So it's her sister, and her brother are the second generation of kids living in the super far future. And they go up against, what was his name? Louis Cypher. Yes, Louis Cypher is the main bad guy. And they're trying to solve the mystery of where the disappearance of the parents have went.
Wow. Okay, so that's her. And now, did you have a concept of her when she was drawn? Did you have an idea of what did you want her to look like?
Yes. When I originally drew her, this was in 95. She was heavily influenced by Little Mermaid and Hello Nurse from Animaniacs.
Huh? How did you get that out of her?
That is an interesting combination. I like that.
That is an interesting combination.
I can see it.
Well, the main portion of it was her hair was her predominant factor when I first created her. So the hair, the red flowing, and how it moved would be as with the Little Mermaid, when how her hair moved underwater. And then also the fluid motion of Hello Nurse from the Animaniacs, she had the same type of thing, although she was a blonde. So that's how that came into be.
That's crazy.
She's just a great bombshell, though. So I can see the whole Hello Nurse attached to it. Now I want to see a crossover with the Animaniacs and Sunburst.
Yeah, well, when you got $1 zillion, we can get that off the ground.
Hey, that would be interesting. We just got to get it off the ground first.
Yes.
That's what we got to do. We got to get it off the ground first.
So she managed to find her way into a speaking of crossovers, she found her way into the massive independent crossover known as the War of Independence, which is done by Red Anvil Press, which he still hasn't finished the series. I think he's on issue 5 now, and back then in the 90s, he made his he had all the other comic book companies come together, all the independent guys, to have a big massive fight, and he said, "Hey, you have a character, you want to be in my book?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so she's on the, I think she's in the interior as a double fold, and there is a limited edition poster out there for War of Independence. And so then Mariano Nacesia had his character Phaser in that mashup as well, and he said, "Hey, let's do a crossover, and also let's do a comic book trading card set." And that's how he got involved with her.
Oh, that's pretty interesting. Whoa.
Who put her coloring together though?
The color scheme was that was always what I thought she would look like, but that is actually that particular piece that's on the image right now. That's done by Brian Kong, artist Brian Kong.
I really love her. I do. I love her. I love how
Brian
she's
Kong is
blonde. I love her
amazing.
hair.
I'm happy that he's part of this.
Wow, very good. So now let's talk about how you all are managing right now during COVID as far as the radio show, what's been going on. And I'm sorry, everyone, I'm going to kind of step out for a minute. Ralph, go ahead and take over. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so guys, you tell us, how's COVID been to you guys?
Jen?
Well, at the very beginning, my spine was rattling for the first month or two, and I ate bowls of cheese because I had gotten some intel about the coronavirus, which was called the Wuhan flu, January 23rd, and I did a commercial with Chinese contacts with a translator. So I was looking at videos of bodies falling over in China, very dramatic stuff in January. And I tried to warn people, and it didn't seem like a thing in the US, so I kind of tuned it out after the first month. And then it became the popular thing around March 15th in the US. So we all hunkered down. But I was tuning in and I was messaging with people all over the world. I was getting all these DMs from Spain and videos. And I was just really spending about a month and a half or so just seeing what's up. I really was focused on that. But then right around June 1st, I said, okay, this might go on for a while. I'm going to be like Howard Hughes, simply put, and just do my own thing, focus on my films, and I will tune into the news for max 1 hour a day and then tune out and use this time to create. And I created some short films, produced, starred in some, and I fell into stand-up comedy, which I'm doing now. And just really focusing on my own creative things and things that are good or anything that's going to help the world, and 1 hour a day max of extraneous.
I think, the whole idea of doing 1 hour a day max with the whole extreme news thing is the best way to go, because if you sit there and you watch this COVID stuff for hours and hours, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Yep. Not healthy. Yeah. So that's kind of me. And I've been enjoying the show. We have a good time every week. It's one of the highlights of the week. Mark and Charlie and Dominic, great energy. I always learn something from them. And it's one of the things that's kept me uplifted every week, really.
Well, speaking of Dominic, I was expecting to see him here too. That he wasn't able to show up.
He has some personal problems, which he was unable to make it today. But he is okay.
All right, so Dominic, take care of your things. We miss you.
How you do?
All right, so Charlie, and Mark, which way did you guys go with this thing? Because I know this is like totally changed my life. Because me and you, we are used to like heading to cons, and most of the stuff we do is out there.
Thanks, Lou. Shout out.
Yeah, Lou, Shadow Rabbit, he's amazing.
Yeah, we love Shadow Rabbit.
You got some love there, Jen.
Yeah.
There you go, Jen. We got love.
Yeah, we got love.
Thank you.
I think me and Mark are at two ends of the spectrum with this the COVID thing. I'm more I'm very careful with it, but I'm sort of, I don't know. I'm very careful, and I'm not afraid to go out. I'm not afraid to venture out in safe places, safe environments. And, I was being careful, and I just every year at the change of the weather, I get sinuses and stuff. So I was being careful, and I got one of my sinus infection things, and then it was coming up to Christmas, so I felt great again, and I said, let me go check myself out because I will be with my kids and everything at Christmas. And I went to the City MD, which is the urgent care, and I said, yeah, I had sinuses. I feel great now. They said, well, let us test you. So they test me, and I'm there, and they said, no, everything looks good. By the way, you tested positive, but everything looks great. And I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
Oh my God.
So, but I felt great. And it was just, I had to do the quarantine. And after the quarantine, I went back to work. There was no ill feeling. And of course, I attribute that to Jen because my body was so healthy and it had so many, it was just, I felt great. And I think that was the big reason it didn't affect me that much. And again, I'm feeling, it's like
what kind of regimen are you on, Charlie? I mean, what are you doing that would help you?
Just very healthy, eating a lot of vegetables, cooking for myself, which I never did, rather than, go out. I go to this place, they have the vegetables cut already. So it saves me a lot of trouble. Eating less meats, although I still eat meats, but eating less of that. And just, I started a year or plus ago taking this stuff. It's like airborne. It's called Air Shield. It's CVS's version of airborne, and I just take one a day, and then I just try to eat healthy and a lot of exercise and going to the gym. Not over exercising, but just enough to keep well and again, all attributed to Jen. So
thank you.
And I know that.
Hey guys,
because,
before this happens, hold on, guys. Before this happens, because my phone is already going. You are at 1%, so I'm probably gonna lose you guys. But let me make this reunion complete, and this will be the full, complete reunion of the Bitten Apples. Come on.
Oh, don't tell me she's here.
Come on.
Hey,
Apples. There is Padma here on the set with me.
Yes, she is. Yay!
I can't hear you guys, but I'm with me for the Get Down Gang. We're doing our first script reading. We're going to be doing a teaser soon. Woo-hoo!
Yay! Tell her we love her. So
they said they love you.
Hi.
I love you guys too.
Yay.
So I'm gonna let you guys go because I know this phone is about to die. But it was great hanging out with you guys again for like the first time in 200 years. And we'll hang out soon because we have a lot of collabs to work together with, and we will all be taking bites out of the apple.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, girl. Bye, girl. I mean, we're definitely getting ready to wrap up anyway because we're a little bit past the hour and everything. But can you all tell us about the show, when people can find you right now during COVID, the time frame? I know it's on Wednesday nights. Unfortunately, it's the nights that I'm producing another show, which really sucks because I've wanted to tune in a couple of times. But Mark, can you let the audience know where?
All right, so let's see. The easiest way, as we always say, is just Google It Came From the Radio. The show is on 5 radio stations, 4 online, 1 terrestrial. So we air on Monday, if you're in the Westchester County area, New York, that's 88.1 FM, multiple times every night after 10 p.m. We are on sci-fi.radio at Wednesdays at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. We are on btdradio.com on Thursdays at 4 p.m. All times are Eastern Standard Time. We are on Indie Volt Radio at 6 p.m. on Fridays. And then on Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. ish, because the show before it usually runs late, would be on goodtalkradio.com. And then we're on 40 different podcast places. So if you have a podcast app or if you listen to podcasts anywhere, just type in It Came From the Radio, it'll pop up, and that's where you can hear us. New show aired every Monday.
And for those who are out there in the audience that don't know the content of It Came From the Radio, can you kind of explain what kind of content is on It Came From the Radio?
You know, Jen, since you
Yes.
this is your job actually.
What?
because you are the layman person of the show.
Right.
You are the
right.
average person. So to the average person, what's the show about?
To the average person, we always have creative spotlights. To me, the average person, comic books, Marvel Universe, I guess geek culture, nerd culture. We do the news every week, pop culture news, media news. I have to close my eyes because it's that hard to think about. Yeah, I'd say pop culture news, creative spotlights, and the guests are all some type of illustrator or some type of bigwig in the comic book industry. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
Would that be correct, Charlie?
I don't know. I don't listen to the show.
Listen, you all have to have me on the show though, because
oh my God, yes,
you have to have me on the show only because I would love to talk to you all about Greta Thunberg and the documentary that I'm doing about her being the 1950s blonde bombshell queen of B movies, sci-fi B movies, and horror movies.
That sounds very interesting.
Just talking about other stuff too as well, and of course, No, Mark, we need to connect. I would love to come on and just talk to you all because I miss y'all so much.
Of course.
Oh my God, we miss you.
Yeah, we do. I do. I really miss y'all. If I can't say anything about you all more enough, is the family that we have with all of us together. We just have a really close knit group, just like family. When you could go on a trip with some people and not have an argument, then that's
oh my God,
right?
Yeah.
And we have gone on a couple of trips together, maybe
yes,
and been worked with each other for a week, and still managed to be friendly amongst us because we just love each other that much.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing when you meet people, when you meet nice, beautiful people, because that's all you want around you. There's no time for hate or anything like that. And you guys, we just love you because you're the best. You're the best.
Same to you too. So with that, we're going to wrap up the show. Thank you so much. Please go like, subscribe, follow, listen to It Came From the Radio. Go in and comment. This is your genre. You love this kind of stuff. Believe you me, you will find that content here. And they have some really great interviews. We didn't even get into half of the celebrity interviews that you all have done, which we're going to have you come back and actually talk about some of those celebrity interviews. Some of Mark's stories about getting these celebrity interviews have been amazing. So we didn't even get to that content, but we will definitely have you all back, or we'll be on your show and we'll be talking about some of those things. So thank you so much for following us today, hanging out with us today here at the Bitten Apple Bites. You can find us here next Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock Central Standard Time, and 9 o'clock Pacific Time. We will be here back there next same bat time, same bat channel here at Apple Bites. Take care, everybody. Happy Saturday and have a happy.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.